Ocean Biomedical went public yesterday, completing a SPAC merger. And joining me right now to discuss the deal, Cherennjeev Kathuria is with us, founder and executive chairman of Ocean Biomedical. Thank you so much for being with us. So tell us a little bit about the company.
Sure. Thanks, Nicole, for having us. You know, basically, Ocean Biomedical takes research discoveries from the top research institutions and commercializes them. And we're working on 3 core assets. Unfortunately, everyone knows someone who has cancer. We've discovered the master checkpoint immune inhibitor. And usually how people die from cancer is metastasis. What we've discovered is that we can inhibit metastasis in over 90% of human glioblastoma cells, which is brain cancer, and non-small lung cancer. And just to give you an idea, glioblastoma is a horrible disease. It has over 94% of the people are dead within 6 months, and non-small cell lung cancer is the leading killer in the US.
I think that's fascinating. When I look at that and I think about brain cancer, lung cancer, the specific lung cancer you're talking about, you know, to be able to have that immune inhibitor and have it be 90% effective to prevent metastases, it's really unbelievable. All the research will be able to come public, will be able to become available, but it takes time, right?
No, absolutely. So I think we're about, I would say, 12 to 18 months for clinical trials. And our second platform is in malaria. What people don't realize, malaria is the leading killer of children today. 500,000 children die every year. Just today, over 1,300 kids will die. And we've been working on and discovered an mRNA vaccine and therapeutics that's 97% effective against malaria. So hopefully we'll be able to prevent the leading, killer of children. But both of those 2 programs should be in the clinic within 12 to 18 months and beginning clinical trials.
Right. And the third, fibrosis?
Yeah, so it's important. What people don't realize, 50% of all deaths in the developed world is due to fibrosis. And we've discovered a novel small molecule that's disease modifying. And it could, everything from scleroderma, what people know as liver cirrhosis from too much drinking. So our 3 programs are in oncology, fibrosis, and infectious diseases. But the real business model is to take assets from universities, in our case, Brown, and that was developed at Yale, and commercialize them. And these assets that we have been developed with over $129 million of grants and funding that has gone into developing these assets. So hopefully, our goal is to help humanity and leave a legacy. And we're hopeful in 5 to 10 years you won't see people dying of cancer or of malaria.
Yeah, I mean, at this point now, this has been obviously a tough work that you've done. How long have you been working on this? Because when you talk about malaria, it says here 241 million people contract malaria every year, and you talked about the 500,000 kids that die each year. How long have you been working on this to actually get to this point?
No, it's a great question, Nicole. These things take time to develop. The oncology and malaria program have been developed over 2 to 3 decades. Dr. Jack Elias, who was the former dean of medicine at Brown and head of the molecular biology program at Brown, has been working on it for over 30 years while he was the chairman of the Department of Medicine at Yale and the dean of medicine at Brown. And Dr. Jay Curtis has been working on this for over 20 years. And I actually knew him from my college days. And our CEO, Elizabeth Nigg, has been in biopharma for over 30 years. We actually went to Stanford Business School together over 30 years. So this is a team that's been working together for a long time.
And work to help humanity as you know it at this point. Do you have to have relations? You mentioned a lot of grants that are coming from universities taking this research. How is it where you have to raise the money to become public? Are you working with, who do you work with? Do you work with public companies? Do you work with venture capitalists?
So it's a great question. No, it's a great question, Nicole. So we have over $129 million of grants. That's why our Nasdaq listing was so important. it helped us bring in capital inflow. We had $60 million of forward purchase agreements and $75 million of a share purchase agreement from White Line Capital that really helped accelerate all our development. And just to give you an idea, Ocean Biomedical is the parent of 3 companies. And to give you some comparables, Kinate, which is just an oncology platform, is valued at close to $353 million. If you take Pliant Therapeutics, which is a fibrosis platform, that's valued at close to $1.99 billion. And Vir Biotech is valued at $4 billion. So each of our platforms could be spun out into separate IPOs. But the real goal is to really help people from the largest killers today in the developed world.
Yeah, I really wish you the very, very best, you and your expert team that have brought this now to the forefront there at the Nasdaq, to continue your hard work, to you and your expert team that are also your friends, it sounds like, for a long, long time, dating way back. Cherennjeev Kathuria, thank you. Ocean Biomedical.
Thanks, Nicole, again for having us.